Learning processes over outcomes is one of the most important mental shifts you can have in your wrestling journey to help accelerate your wrestling short-term and long-term wise. It's something that helped me go from not placing in state my junior year of high school to becoming a Division I wrestler and starting for 3 years, the top 1% of wrestlers. That's a big jump. I'm Weston Wickman. Like I said, I was a Division I wrestler, and now I coach at AWA, Askren Wrestling Academy in Wisconsin, the best club in the country. And this one shift made a difference in my wrestling that I carried with me forever. I originally learned it from Ben Askren. It was my first private lesson, really my first time spending a lot of time with Ben. And I come in and we're just in the room by ourselves. And he tells, hey, I just want to spar with you for the hour, kind of take the first private lesson to learn your wrestling, learn who you are, kind of, what your goals are, stuff like that. Pretty normal private lesson. And as we got going, I was getting more and more frustrated that I couldn't score on him. And I kept wrestling harder and harder and harder. And obviously, I'm not going to score on him. He's a freaking good wrestler, and I'm a junior in high school. And so I keep wrestling harder and harder and harder. And at the end of the private, he kind of scolds me a little bit. And he's like, hey, I told you spar, and you're going as hard as you can. Like, you're exhausted right now. And we shouldn't even be that tired. Like, you don't even think about what you're doing right now. And I tell you a thing and you don't do it, and it's like you're not coachable. And then he went on to tell me that the most important thing in wrestling is be able to be coachable and love the process of learning. And that I need to pay attention more mentally and focus in practice rather than just wrestle as hard as I can. And I need to focus on the things that are going to help me win because I'm just so focused on winning. I was so focused on taking him down or scoring points that I wasn't even focused on getting better that practice. And so really it was kind of a waste of an hour with a really, really good wrestler. And we obviously don't want to do that. The minimal amount of practices that we can waste, the better. So what does this look like? It's kind of self-explanatory a little bit. You got to stop focusing on the wins and losses and take everything as a learning opportunity. In practice, this looks like during live wrestling, you might get taken down a little bit if you're trying to learn a new skill. You might not do as well against this opponent that you normally do because you're trying new things, because you're learning. Oh, I did this. I should change this. How can I fix this? During matches, we might lose a couple matches or we might win a couple matches. You can learn while winning as well. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong at is they win and then they're like so happy that they win. They don't even look at the mistakes they made, or they don't look at where, hey, I really improved in this area. Let's keep working here. And so just focusing on learning at every single turn in your journey is going to accelerate your growth in wrestling tenfold. It's going to drive you forward more and more and more and more and more. Not only did I do this in high school, but I also took it into college, and where I really had to kind of revolutionize my style, not like anything new or anything like that. New for me, not new in the wrestling world. I went from shooting a whole bunch to having a bunch of injuries where I kind of had to wrestle upper body. If I didn't have this mental skill of being able to put these processes over the outcomes, I lost a lot. I had a really, really tough year during my transition between these two things where I was injured a lot and I wasn't wrestling my best. And if I really, really focused on the wins and losses, I would have been down bad. Now I was down bad because this was part of my learning journey for this as well. I learned it in high school, kind of got away from it a little bit, and then I kind of relearned it my last year in college where it's like, hey, I just got to get better at wrestling every single day. And if I do that, the wins will come. And that's the main thing that I want you to get out of this video is if you're just constantly focused on winning all the time, you're not going to be the best wrestler that you could be. If you're focused on being the best wrestler you could be, there's a higher likelihood that you're going to win more often. So actually focusing on winning is not helping you win in a weird sense. Where if we just forget about that and focus on getting better and learning and loving the process of learning and getting better, we're actually going to become a better wrestler, which is going to help us win more. So next time you get all pissed off that you lost, or you're super excited that you win and you don't even think about your wrestling, make sure that you're analyzing your wrestling always, learning from it, and realizing that one match is going to be a small portion of your life, and we don't need to get so pissed off or so over the top that we win. Not saying that your goals aren't important, not saying that winning's not fun, because I love winning more than anybody. But if you want to be the best wrestler you can be, got to focus on the processes over the outcomes. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, there's more on my channel.